Millions will travel this holiday season by plane, train, and automobile.
Sounds like a Steve Martin movie up in here. Well, you want to get there on time and safely no matter what mode of transportation you may be taking. And here to help us get out of town, Brad Martin for Anywhere, Anytime Journeys in Rantoul. Before we get started, Brad, we have to wave to Dad. I know Carl, his dad, so he always says I wave at you at home, but you never wave back. So I'm waving right now. Let's talk a little bit about Anywhere, Anytime Journeys. You got a great mission statement.
Yeah, well, you know, the uniquely tailored wishes fulfilled. I really worked on that because everybody wants a vacation that will, you know, there might be the one in a lifetime vacation, and so that's how I came up with that tagline. And just like for the holiday seasons, a lot of people don't travel. This might be their one time that a lot of people, it's one time they're traveling because they're going to go see grandma, grandpa for the first time that have moved away or whatever. And so people really invest in money because travel's not cheap anymore. It's, you know.
Oh yeah, and we're looking at some tips right now for traveling this holiday season early to the airport.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you an example. I took a group to New York last week to Chicago, and you can already see that it's starting to gear up. We got to the airport early, like always. I always like to be there 2 hours early at O'Hare. We were there 2 hours early, but the line was way backed up. I was backed up to the counters. So the security is going to be, with everything that's going on right now, the security is heavier. And what happens at the holiday time, everybody brings their wrapped gifts.
Oh, is that not good?
It's not good because what happens is TSA, they go through security. It's something they need to check. You have to unwrap it, and that takes up time at the security.
Well, yeah, and it's going to feel like Christmas for them, though, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so are there options for getting your packages to different places if I don't want to bring them wrapped?
Yes, and that's the thing. People think, okay, you got to mail them, and it gets expensive. But there is, and as you know, most airlines, except for Southwest, charge for your bags. And it's $25 for the first one and usually $35 for the second. So that gets pretty costly.
That might be cheaper, though, than sending a big box of packages.
But there's companies out there that you can actually pack your bags before you go. They'll come to your office or home and ship it to your destination. So you don't even have to mess with it at the airport. It's a little bit more than the airport, but not that much. So it's a very good convenience. And I do this with some of my clients that go overseas, you know, because let's say you're going on a trip where you're going to be land first and then you're going to do a cruise. Well, they might do enough for the land portion, but then they'll have that at the cruise when they get to the cruise it's arriving.
So you're talking like shipping your actual luggage, not just gifts.
Not gifts, not shopping. You just your luggage or everything, yeah. So and that way you can ship more things. I mean, because you know how security is with the airport. So
okay, you've got some upcoming activities that you've got planned.
Yes, well, Saturday we're taking a group up to Chicago to do their Christmas shopping, and then on the 3rd of December we have another group that we're taking to Indy to do the Christmas shopping.
Well, we talked with Enjoy Illinois, the Illinois Tourism, earlier this week, and it sounds like Chicago's going to be where it's at this weekend.
Yes. Well, you know, like I said, I was in New York last weekend, and New York was already happening. This is where I got the idea for Christmas. Rockefeller Center, they were putting up the Christmas tree. The group I took out, we went and saw the Rockettes for the Christmas show. And so people are in that Christmas mode.
Right. Are you staying overnight, or it's just a day trip up and down?
It's just a day trip. It's, of course, started with my favorite friend, CNC Kitchen, with breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's 5 hours of shopping at Woodfield Mall and back.
So you've got 3 trips, amongst them Chicago.
That's what we just mentioned.
Yep, where else are you going?
We've got in February 11th, we've got a murder mystery at a wine vineyard over by Peoria. And then in May, we've got a Branson trip. And the reason I brought this up, I've had one of my clients that's gone to this other travel. She came to me and she says, what trips do you have coming up? Because I want my family to give money so I can go on your trips next year.
Oh.
That's where I came up with this idea that this is, I always think of gift certificates or making a deposit on a trip or taking a family somewhere, but I've never thought about these little trips that we're putting together.
The gift of travel.
Gift of travel.
Love that idea.
I love the gift of an experience rather than, you know, something I might not necessarily
Something
need.
that's going to go in the garage or get re-gifted.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done that.
No,
Matt.
I'm sure no one
Never.
has.
Well, it's Brad Martin with Anywhere, Anytime Journeys. We appreciate you coming. There's a look at all of your information on how people can get in touch with you and where you're located in Rantoul. Connect online with him at CILiving.tv after today's show. Thanks.
Thanks.